Okay, let's take a look at the My Disney Experience app, the mobile version. So if we are opening up our app, this is the first thing you're going to see. If you come down here, you'll see multi and single pass for lightning lanes available for purchase, and then Premier Pass. The difference between these two, multi-pass is going to be able to help you select different lightning lanes. Single pass is for that one singular premier ride. For example, Rise of the Resistance. You'll be able to purchase that on here for the day that you want it. So let's say I'm going on Saturday, and then I can be able to select my multi-pass, and single pass is also available here, but just so you know, you can purchase that here. Premier Pass, this is for basically a similar type of experience. You're also going through lightning lanes. This is going to have no arrival time, whereas the multi and single pass are going to tell you a window of when you can come. So let's say that it'll be between 1:50 p.m. and 2:50 p.m. That's the window when you need to arrive to use your lightning lane. All right, Genie service. I wouldn't say anyone really uses this. This is more so to select the different things that you want to do. It creates a custom itinerary. I don't really know of anyone that uses that too often. The next thing is here we have My Resort. I am going to Grand Floridian in a couple weeks. I haven't checked us in yet, so this should be checked in if you are booking with me. But does have resort information. Here where you see My Resort, that's an option where you can toggle over to your resort, and that's also the place where you can open your door to your room. So let me show you that really quick, because there's another place where you can do that as well. Okay, so as you can see here, you have unlock door and then also our room number. This is where you can also find your room number. So unlock door is where you can unlock it, and then you can also find on your map. But let's go back here. The other place that's really helpful is to just be able to see the times for the parks. So what what time the park opens to what time the park closes, and then you can see all the hours. And then if you come back here, some of your show times, so some of the events like the parades and all that is also available right there. Virtual queue, this is going to be a very important one. When you are deciding to do virtual queue, this would really be in lieu of doing a lightning lane pass. If that ride does have both, and it does vary, but for this one specifically, for virtual queue at 7 a.m., you are going to select your virtual queue. Now, currently, right now, we have Tiana's Bayou at Magic Kingdom, and then at Epcot, we have the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. Those are the two that have virtual queues right now. It'll probably change by the time other people are looking at this and viewing this. But you have two windows where you can do this. You can do this at 7 a.m. You can do that at 1 p.m. The caveat is at 1 p.m. you have to be in the park of the virtual queue you are selecting. So if you are wanting to do Tiana's Bayou at 1 o'clock, you need to be checked into the park in order to access that virtual queue. So keep that in mind, and that needs to be your entire party, not just one person. I will drop in my virtual queue tips and tricks as a link down in the show notes below, or in the notes below, so that you can access that tip for getting a virtual queue virtually every time. Oh, there's just some other information here. Disney Photo Pass. If you have the Photo Pass, you're able to access your photos here. Let's see, just some other news info. And then some people like to do the Disney Parks the Play, so you can play there, and then just some other info. Okay, so I think that we've gotten the home screen taken care of. Let's toggle over to the next one, which is this little location icon. So I want you to take a look at, we're going to go through all of these. So there's quite a few. I'm going to do it kind of quickly. So the first one is wait times. This is what you're going to use it mostly for. There is a couple options for sorting. So here you can sort based on location if you'd like to do that, and that'll help with If you're going to Animal Kingdom, you can do that, and it's going to take you right to Animal Kingdom. But for the purposes of this video, we are going to reset, hit apply. Okay, so now here we are. We'll just look at Magic Kingdom, okay, just to make it simple. So here we've got our wait times. You can see here, nothing too crazy. If you do have the DAS Pass, this is where you're going to, there's a couple different ways where you can select your DOS Pass. This is where I highly recommend you select your DOS Pass return time, is actually by selecting the place where the ride that you want to go to, and then it should show up here right next to the lightning lane. It should be an option for you. So as you can see here, you can see the wait times, and then you can also see here the height requirements, which I think is really helpful as well. We'll just let's look at one other one that has a height requirement just so you can see. So 7-Dwarfs Mine Train, 60 minutes, not too bad. Whoops, we don't need to get directions. I just want to look at it. Okay, so as you can see, 38 inches, that's how big, that's how tall the kid needs to be in order to ride this ride. Okay, so that is the wait times. Let's go over here to dining. So for dining, you have a couple more options that show up here underneath. So the first one is mobile order. So if you're not familiar with mobile order, this is something you will use frequently on your Disney trip. Mobile order is an option for you to be able to order your food. It's the second one here. You're going to order your food, and then you can actually select the window at what time you want to pick it up. You pick it up just so that you don't have to wait in line. So let's go ahead. And so here we're looking at all of our options for food. As you can see, there's quite a bit of options here. But what I want to do is I'm going to go to mobile orders. So let's say we want to do a quick service, something really quick because we just need a quick lunch. It is 10 o'clock right now. I highly recommend selecting your lunch food and actually processing your mobile order at around 11 o'clock. And the reason why is because you will have a window that is going to be selected for you based on availability. So if it is right during the lunch rush and you do it right at 12 o'clock, there is a chance that it might be the only window for the place that you want to go to might be at 1 or 1:30. So let's say Columbia Harbor House. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and begin my order. And this is where I'm going to select my arrival window. So here's a great example. You can see that it is 10 o'clock. The first arrival window is at 11 a.m. So that's why I highly recommend doing this ahead of time. We're going to select our lunch. Okay, this salmon is really good. I'm going to go ahead and select that. I want my green beans and I want French fries. I'm going to add that. Okay, view my order. Here we go. We are all set. I'm going to go ahead and review my summary order. Okay, so I can go ahead and check out with Apple Pay. That's where I can do it here. So pulling from a previous order, as you can see, I have not gotten into my arrival window, but as soon as my arrival window becomes available, the screen will change to this. And this is where you can actually select, I am here, prepare my order. Once you select that, you will see the screen change to this fun little animation. And then once your food is ready for pickup, your screen will change again. And you'll also get this push notification that you see at the top. So you'll just find the window. This is pickup window number 2, and that's where your food will be ready. Okay, so that's mobile order. So this is one way where you can get to mobile order. There's another way that I showed earlier. It's actually using the plus sign, but we'll do that in a second. So you also have, if you don't want a mobile order, you want a reservation, a dining reservation, we can go here. Let's see, let's go to Crystal Palace. Looks like there is a wait. Okay, so we can join the walk-up list. It's estimating that we can join the walk-up list and it will take us about 35 minutes. So you can do that, or you can do reserve dining. So those are two options. Not all of them are going to have the option of the join walk-up list. It's just based off of availability. Here we go. Plaza Restaurant. We can reserve this. Let's see if there's any reservations available. Let's say we're planning on doing this place for lunch. I'm going to go ahead and look at today, the 10th. And let's say, all right, fine, we're good with 2 o'clock. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and at this point I would hit continue. Now I have a reservation for the Plaza restaurant. You have to cancel this 2 hours ahead of time. Otherwise, you will be charged $10 per head. So keep that in mind. Do not secure your reservations unless you're certain that you're going to use them. Okay, here we go. Quick service. So here's another option. So all quick services are not mobile order. So it looks like most of them are here. Oh, not this one. So not all quick service places are mobile order. So this is a Joffrey's cart. Yeah, this is a Joffrey's cart in Tomorrowland. So it's a quick service, but you can't mobile order. So this is one where you will have to go walk up and wait in line. So keep that in mind. Just because you hit mobile order doesn't mean that offers all the quick service options for you. And then here's another option is just pricing. If you want to select based on pricing, I'm going to go ahead and select or reset my filters. We're going to go back here to attractions. Okay, so this is going to have our attraction. So it's our wait times for our rides, but in addition to that, other options as well. So that's just a castle. This is Hall of Presidents. Oh, closed for refurbishment. How funny. Okay, Liberty Square, the boat. So that is not an actual ride. Well, I guess it technically is a ride, but it's not considered a ride. Here is Enchanted Tales with Belle. So this is where she actually reads you a story and engages with the audience. Audience comes up and can do a story with her. So it's not just the rides, it's going to be other options as well. Also, you have if you just want thrill rides, haha, how funny. There's not too many thrill rides at Magic Kingdom, Space Mountain. Okay, so use virtual queue only. Okay. And then you can also toggle with the height requirements. Okay, I'm going to reset my filters and now I'm going over to entertainment. A lot of people ask me about the fireworks show, the different parades and such. So this is where you can see that. So you can actually toggle fireworks, click on that. You can see what time it's at. Nighttime spectacular, which is going to be your fireworks show. And then here's your parades. So we've got the Festival of Fantasy, and then it's going to come down actually from here in Frontierland, and it's going to go all the way, go through Liberty Square, down in front of the castle and down to Main Street. That's the path that it will take. So that's your entertainment. And then the other one that I think is super helpful is characters. So this tells you where the characters are going to be and at what time. So let's say your daughter she loves Ariel and she really wants to meet Ariel. What you can do is you can toggle here and be able to see it here in the location. But I think it's even easier if you go to show list. And here you go. Now you can go here and just look for the characters that you want. Now, currently I have all locations, so you'll see Epcot and other places showing up here. But Ariel from the animated story, I'm going to click on this. And now I can see that she is there from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now she has a spot where she actually sits there. So let's find another character that only shows up at certain times. So here we go. So Captain Jack Sparrow is going to be in right outside of the plaza. So right in front of Pirates of the Caribbean. His next appearance is at 10:15, so you can actually see exactly what time they're going to show up and even find it exactly on the map of where they're going to be. I think that's hugely helpful, especially if you have a character you cannot miss. All right, next one is really important, is your restrooms. That's pretty self-explanatory. If you are in a certain location, just find the restroom near you, and that'll be helpful. Shops, same sort of thing. It just is going to show you the shop and the time. And then transportation. So this is really helpful if you're not familiar with the layout. This will show you your different transportation options. So if you're coming from Magic Kingdom and you're trying to head back to your hotel, you're able to see the transportation and where they go to. So that'll be hugely helpful. There's a lot of options for you, and it's really important that you understand the different options so that you can make sure that you're traveling to the right place. Okay, guest services. So this is another one that's really helpful. And this is obviously going to be a lot of different things. So here is an animal relief area. Here is an AED area. Okay, so here, I'll just do this. If I go down to my list, what I wanted to show was obviously there's a lot of different options that I highly recommend you look through, but the baby care centers. So these baby care centers, they're at all of the theme parks. So I'm going to look in at Magic Kingdom. At all of your theme park or at all of your Disney parks, you're going to have this baby care center. If you select that, this will tell you exactly where it is. Now, what this is going to have is everything from diapers to wipes to medicine, even a place for nursing moms to be able to sit and have a quiet room that has air conditioning, an area for kids to actually sit in a high chair and eat. So if that's something that's really important to you and your kid just maybe needs a break from the heat, then that is an option for you. And I highly recommend you take advantage of that. Even portable charging areas, it tells you where you can charge your phone. So this is really helpful for guest services. Okay, events and tours. So let's look here. So this is a place where you can get your picture taken with one of the PhotoPass photographers. And then over here, private tours. This is where you would meet for your private VIP tours. Keys to the Kingdom is another tour as well. And then, yeah, this is also after hours. So it has after hours tonight from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. And that is for deluxe guests. PhotoPass is going to show you where your PhotoPass options are. And then your resort hotels. This is also going to show you where your different resorts are. So this is all of what is on that second option, the location option. So let's go ahead and open up. Now I want to show you the plus sign because these are just some quick places where you can hop over and look at the different shortcuts essentially. So you have check dining availability. This is where you can actually check and see if there's any availability for restaurants, sit-down restaurants. We kind of already looked at that. Order food. This is what we've already done as well. This is going to be where you're going to find your different options for eating as quick service. Mobile checkout. Okay, or sorry, merchandise checkout. So if you are at a store and you would rather not wait in a very, very long line, what you can do is if you click on the store that you are in, it'll present essentially a scanner for you to be able to scan your merchandise and you can basically purchase it on your app here. What you're going to need for checkout to actually get out of the store, you're going to need to find one of there are different exits that have this logo that says merchandise mobile checkout. You're going to need to present them with a QR code that they will then scan and give you a bag and you're free to go. So it does cut out a lot of time. Memory maker. So this is where you can purchase your memory maker should you want that. And buy tickets and passes. I mean, you should already have that. Make or modify your park reservations. So if you are purchasing your tickets and you have a package, you do not need this. This is mostly going to be for military and or annual pass holders. That's where you're going to need to use that. And then the My Disney Genie board. This is another spot where you can find it. Now, once you start to make selections for your day, these things will start to populate. So if you have lightning lanes and you have reservations for dining, then those will all show up in your day for that current day that you're looking at. So it is helpful if you have a bunch of things picked out for your day. Now here you have a search bar where you can look up anything. Let's look up space 220. Oops. Oh yeah, I really want to go to space 220 lounge so I can see here. I can have all the details and I can actually find it on the map so I could be able to go there. Okay, and the last place I will say that's really important is you've got a couple different options and, well, a lot of options, I guess. You've got your My Tickets and passes, Lightning Lane passes, reserve dining, order food. Again, more shortcuts to be able to get there. Um, Wait times and show times, today's plans. This is all just shortcuts to take you to different places. Now, future plans is going to be helpful because this is going to show you the future of what your trip is looking like. So, whereas the My Disney Day is going to show you that current day, this is going to show you the future of what your trip will look like. You got your virtual queue here. This is where you can go back and see what time your virtual queue return time is. PhotoPass lenses, that's just like a fun thing to do should you want to do that. Your memory maker, so that memory maker is essentially their PhotoPass. Car locator, technically it locates your car. Transportation and parking, tickets and passes, park reservations. So again, all of this info is going to be stuff that's very similar to the other pieces or the other parts of the app. The one thing I will say is profile. This is where you can find your magic bands. So if you get a new magic band, this is where you can find those. This is where you can change your account settings. So if you want to change your name or your email or anything like that, your notifications, your payment method. So you'll see payment method here. That is where you can change the credit card that's associated with your magic band and pay off of that. Your linking code, that's if you're going to link with family and friends. If you're having any issues with seeing your family and friends' details on their trip, this is where you're going to do that. So you're going to look at the information here to be able to see if you're linked up properly. Guest services can also help you with that. So that is super helpful. The other one I want to go to is your My Tickets and Passes. So if you go to My Tickets and Passes, this is where you'll see I have an annual pass. So if you have a pass and you do not have a magic band, this is where you need to go in order to get it downloaded to your phone. So as you can see down here, save to wallet. What this is going to do is actually put it on my wallet on my phone. So that's how you're going to be able to save it to your phone and use your phone as a magic band, essentially. So that is the basic walkthrough of the My Disney Experience app as it stands in early 2025. Hopefully this helps and best of luck.